Programming skills using C, lecture number 23. We will deal with the user-defined function subprograms, that is string user-defined function subprograms. So in this lecture, we will write some string functions. You have already come across string functions, 4 string functions in your last lecture. We are going to write those functions again, but these are going to be your functions, not that inbuilt functions, and we will use them in our program. So and use them, these string functions in our program to sort again using bubble sort. Again, let us go back to how strings are stored when we input these strings. That's very important. Again, I'm just purposely I'm stressing this point. As you see, character str30, string character array, string array. I'm inputting a string here. I'm typing Ashok. So what happens? I'm using scanf for getS, one of these scanf I'm using %s. So as I told you earlier, when you input string and when you press enter, automatically a null character is going to be added at the end of the string. And this is very important information for us when we write user defined functions. So let us go get into these user defined functions. So first of these is function string length. So S is capital, L is capital to differentiate it with the inbuilt function, and character S brackets here, square brackets, that is character array, and it returns integer. It returns integer. So that is what we are. Since null character is added at the end of the string, to find the length of the string, we need to traverse the string starting from the beginning till we come to that null character. Null character. And as you see, so we will ask this, is A of I is equal to null character? No. A of 1 is equal to null. A of 4 is equal to null character? No. A of 5 is equal to null character? Yes. Then I come out of the loop. So here we have got the function int, a function strlen character s square bracket, that is character string. I initialize I value to 0. Then my argument is as long as I have not reached the end of the string. How do I know that is end of the string? Every time I compare and find out whether it is null character. The moment it comes to null character, I know that I have come to the end of the string. Therefore, the value of I would be the length of the string, as you see here. Now value of I, as long as s of I is not equal to null, I increment the value of I starting from 0. And what is the value of I here in this case? In the case of Ashok, it is 5. And what is the length of this word? As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, I value, final I value is the length of the string, and that is, it is going to return the length of the string. This is our first string function. First string function. Now we go to the second string function. In this case, as you see, function string copy. I am copying the source string to target string. That is what I am going to do. And what is my algorithm? As long as I have not come to the end of the source string, go on copying letter by letter to target string. And if I have come to the end of source string, then you add a null character at the end of target, as it's here. Void, this is not going to return anything. It is going, this target string will have the copy of this source string, duplicate string. So therefore I say it is void, it is not returning anything. Function string copy, source versus character target. So I is equal to 0. So as long as source of I, that is, as long as I have not come to the end of the source string, I go on copying letter by letter. Source I copied to target I, source I copied to target I. Go on incrementing that, and I come out of the loop and I add null character. Please remember, is automatically added when we do string copy, etc. But here, since we are writing the function, we have to add a null character. So add null character at the end of the copied string. So therefore, this function is going to give us a duplicate copy of the source string. So please remember that. And with that, we come to the next function, string cat, that is, or string join the second string to at the end of the first string. In this case, first we traverse the string 1 till the end, till we come to the end of the string, and then start copying string 2 to string 1, as you see here. So function string cat, string 1 and character string 2 is added to string at the end, or appended at the end of string 1. So the algorithm is traverse the first string till the end. So that is what I am doing here. As long as string 1 I is not equal to null, I go on coming. I have come to the end of the first string. Then I start copying string 2. So that means as long as I have not come to the end of string 2, that is str2 j value is 0, so I start with 0 and I not come to the end of the string 2. I copy the second string to first string. I continue from where it is I value. So j value is a phrase starting from 0. Therefore, I copy, I increment j, increment till I come to the end of the second string. Then it comes out of the loop. Then string 1, which is the joining of both the strings, I add a null character as I've done earlier. Please remember this. If you don't do that, you will get junk value. So please, this has to be added. So str1 I is equal to null. So that is going to do join these two strings. With that, we come to the last of the functions, which are we have used earlier, but these are your function. You are going to write. So the whole. But I would like you to wait now. I would like you to think about, because unfortunately otherwise if I give you the answer, you are just going to copy the answer. I would like you to maybe write the flow chart for this. Write the flow chart for this. And it's slightly difficult. I have seen in the past for the last 25 years now, very few students have been able to come out with the answer. You are going to compare these two strings. They may be equal, or the first may be greater, that is lexicographically greater, or the second one is greater. So what are we going to do? So your algorithm would be, as long as they are equal, go on. This is the first loop. As long as they are equal, you go on. And inside the loop, you ask, because as long as they equal, Ashok, they will come to, last they will come to the null pointer. That is also equal. Therefore, if both of them reach null pointer, if any one of them reaches null pointer within the loop, then you know you have come to the end of both the strings. Therefore, they are equal. You return 0. That is what you have to do. Otherwise, what you do? You have got this first string and the second string. They will be a particular character. So then what you have to do is deduct the second string from the first string, or deduct the alphabet at the second string from the first string. Either it will give you a positive number or a negative number. So pause for some time and do this exercise. I hope you have done by this time. So I'm explaining here. So string compare, source and target. So as I said, you go on asking this question: is the source I equal to target I? Are these Ashok up to K and up to null it will come. Then every time you're going to ask if source I, or you could also say target I is equal to null, return 0. That means both of them are equal. Both of them are equal. And as you see here, every time I'm incrementing. If they are not, you say return source I minus target I. Source I minus target I. That means it will come to a particular alphabet. If it is A and T, so it is going to return negative number. It is T and B, it is going to return a positive number depending on the strings we have. So that is how you are supposed to do. Kindly note that. And now pause, and now what you have to do is use these three functions you have used, or two functions, string compare and string copy. Use them in your program and write first you write user defined function programs to input character string into an array, to print the character string into an array, and to sort n names or n strings in a character matrix. These are the three functions you are going to write and then use them in the main function. So main function, I will show main function. Main function is only this. So you oh, you have not written the string compare. Here, string compare these two strings, and string copy, you have written these two and use them in the main program. So here temp is 30 array, whereas names is a character matrix, and you get the input as you have done during the last class. So then scanf names n names into your character matrix, and then you come to use, and here you are going to use the two functions which you have written, string copy and string compare. Function string compare is greater than 0, then you copy names j etc, you do the exchange, you have done that already, and print. So here, so you do that and get the output, test it for different values and then get the output and be happy. Thank you.